The wasteland, a place where the strong target the weak, and your life may depend on half a tank of petroleum or a few extra shotgun shells. But how did the wasteland become such a savage place? It all started with a war between Saudi Arabia and Iran. Within 2 days, the Persian Gulf, where a huge portion of the world's oil was supplied from, was devastated. Oil fields were set ablaze and pipelines destroyed. The catastrophe was felt across the world. The cost of oil doubled, then quadrupled, again and again, and a syndicate of the leading oil companies, named the Seven Sisters, led by Exxon, announced that they would not be able to fulfill their contracts. In our setting of Australia, inflation took place, and in an attempt to save the economy, a worldwide state of martial law was announced. However, this only furthered the unnecessary fuel consumption, and the economy continued to collapse. More companies declared bankruptcy by the hour, and this led to a halt in the industry. Combined with the closure of the banks, this led to mass rioting in Sydney and Melbourne. Food and petroleum became a vital commodity, and the outback was quickly taken over by biker gangs who seized whatever took their fancy. The Main Force Patrol was constructed in a last-ditch attempt to return law to the outback. One of the organisation's best drivers was Max Rakansky, who turned rogue after the events of the first film. Eventually, Australia's dwindling fuel reserves ran dry, and power was limited for government use only. From here, the brutality of the outback continued, with lone scavengers looting what they needed by day and taking from the weak by night. It was also at this time an ex-military man going by the alias of Lord Humongous, and a Vietnam veteran named Wes started a brutal gang of criminals who murdered and pillaged their way through the resource-ravaged lands. The Main Force Patrol, unable to cope with the crime wave, ceased to exist, and its members quickly joined or formed bandit gangs. By the events of the second film, many had fled the conflict-filled cities and headed for the wasteland to seek refuge, only to be cut down by marauders for everything they had. After this, the world finally couldn't stand its crisis any longer. In an attempt to seize whatever resources they could, the desperate governments of the world turned against each other, and a huge nuclear exchange took place. The enormous amount of smoke created resulted in a nuclear winter which killed almost all organic matter, and mass climate change ensued, turning everything into a hot, dry wasteland where only the strong survive. Only the mad.